Hear It presents Autoclarity by Brian Coughlin. Story 1, The Pitch. I believe what do you mean is the most important question in the world. The most important question to ask and the most important question to answer. Misunderstanding has led to so much avoidable conflict, wasted work hours, and missed connections. Our world is one of brief communications, but our need to be understood and to understand is greater than ever before. To that end, I am proud to present my new app, Autoclarity, which analyzes your text messages and emails and provides recommendations to ensure you're understood, even if you struggle to find the right words. Anna Capella stood center stage at the Tech Tomorrow Expo rehearsing her presentation. Massive screens behind her showed the Autoclarity logo and transitioned to an explainer video, which Anna narrated as it played. How does Autoclarity work? It's easy. First, type in your message. If your message is confusing or potentially disrespectful, the blue AC button will turn red. Then simply tap on the AC, and problematic words or phrases will also turn red. In this case, what do you want is a pretty aggressive response and feels disrespectful. Select an option that best matches what you intended to say, and your message will be updated and ready to send. No misunderstandings, no offenses, just clarity. Autoclarity. We know what you mean. Awesome, Anna, Sebastian said with a flash of white teeth. His curly hair was pulled into a small man bun, but as his hair was relatively short, it did not stay in a neat bun and had become a little ponytail atop his head. He spoke in a very animated way, gesturing to and fro quickly, with his man bun bobbing up and down, creating exclamation points which punctuated his every move. He adjusted Anna's position on stage a bit, turning her so she would face the cameras more than the audience, and he continued, stand a little straighter, smile bigger at the start, and instead of new app Autoclarity, try revolutionary language recommendation engine Autoclarity. It sounds cooler. Anna pulled her shoulders back and placed a shaky hand on her stomach. Revolutionary language engine, she repeated. You're sure? Definitely. Much better. But you look great. Keep going with the next line. The blue AC logos on the screens behind Anna turned red as she spoke. Sometimes Autoclarity will help you avoid accidental, aggressive, or disrespectful words and phrases, but it also helps you be clearer. For example, instead of a manager asking for a report soon, she'll ask for it by the end of the day. To give you a better idea of how this works, to clarify Autoclarity, I'm going to ask my co-founder, Sebastian Verite, to join me on stage for a quick demonstration. Thanks, Anna, Sebastian said as he strode back out across the stage. I couldn't be more excited to be here and be part of the most anticipated product launch of Tech Tomorrow. We've been running Autoclarity on our phones for a few months now, letting the AI learn about our communication styles, and the results have been absolutely phenomenal. It's crazy. Let's see it in action. The screens behind them switched to a messaging app with Autoclarity running. After a few seconds, the screens flickered and went dark. Guys, Sebastian yelled out at the control booth behind the spotlights. He turned back to Anna and said, No problem, I'm sure. Nothing to worry about. She put a shaky hand back to her stomach and said, Okay, I need a minute. Excuse me. Sebastian watched Anna hurry off the stage before taking a few casual steps and spinning in a circle on the heels of his black cowboy boots. He seemed relaxed, so I figured this was a good opportunity for me to introduce myself. Excuse me, I said as I approached the stage. Hi, I'm Chris. I got your email the other day saying you wanted to chat. Chris! Hey, man, Sebastian said. Just the man I was hoping to see. How's it going? Good, I said. Thank you for the invite. You're Sebastian, right? Call me Seb, Seb said. Hey, were you able to listen in a bit? What did you think? I did, I said. It sounds like you two have an interesting new app. Pretty cool, right? Seb bounded off the stage with an unexpected amount of agility and stood before my blinking, slightly dumbfounded eyes. He was a heavyset guy around my age, and he so surprised me with his leap, I almost forgot to shake his hand. Did you hear the tap on the AC part? All me. We had to have a simple user interface, right? I guess, I said. Although I'm still trying to fully understand the benefit. It helps you clarify text messages? See, our presentation still needs work, he said. So it's like autocorrect, hence the name, But instead of fixing your spelling or grammar, we're helping you not say the wrong thing. Say you and a friend both install AutoClarity. It analyzes all your texts and emails, both you and your friend, and figures out how you speak to each other, how you speak to other people, everything. Then it helps you avoid making a faux pas. Let's say you and I are joking around, giving each other shit, and you get me with a good joke. We might be bros and be cool about stuff, and I say, fuck you, and give you a punch in the arm. No big deal, we're good. But that might be a really extreme thing to say to someone else. I could sour a whole friendship or work relationship. I believe there was a misunderstanding in the brief silence that followed. I had nodded as I listened to his explanation and was indeed absorbing and considering what he said, though I believe he thought my mind was racing through the myriad of possibilities of the app, how it might improve internal communication at big companies, enhance the effectiveness of dating apps, and revolutionize digital marketing campaigns with truly personalized advertisements. In truth, I was wondering how often Seb wanted to text "fuck you" to someone, but held off because he was afraid it might be a faux pas. After that silence, I responded, "Interesting. You aren't going to use the fuck you example on stage, are you?" "What?" he said. "Oh, no, that was just one way it might work. But there are a million, and they're unique, which is what makes it so revolutionary. Anna built an AI that gets to know everyone who uses it individually and helps them communicate with one another. They won't have to worry about offending one another, using the wrong gender pronoun, or a word with a bad connotation." "Wow," I said. "It's like having a friend who knows everybody and helps you get along." "I like that," Seb said. He nodded and bounced up and down on his toes a few times. "You're a smart guy, thinking on your toes and looking for how it could work. I like that. That's what we need. Like tap on the AC. We need someone who can help people understand how brilliant Anna is. Here, check it out on the tablet. We're running it on these, my tablet running AutoClarity for me and hers for her. It's transcribing whatever I say and providing recommendations so I can be clearer and not offend anybody." "You can do this in real time with voice recognition?" I asked. "Almost real time," he said. "This isn't for speech yet, just texts. It's wild, man. Anna is brilliant." I looked down at the AutoClarity app, which suggested, "I'm amazed by what Anna has built." "Cool," I said. "Right?" he said, and looked over my shoulder at the tablet as he said, "I'll introduce you to Anna soon." AutoClarity highlighted the word soon and suggested in a few minutes, in 5 minutes, or tomorrow. See? Options to clarify. "Will I really meet her?" I asked. I saw her speak at a conference a few years ago. I didn't understand half of what she was saying. She was super technical, but I always wanted to meet her. "Yeah, man, that's what you're here for. I wanted you and Anna to meet to see if she'd want you on the team and to see if you'd be interested in joining." "Gotcha," I said. I was excited. I'd read a number of Anna's articles and wanted to ask a few questions, or more accurately, I wanted to ask something specific to one of her articles to make me look smart. I caught myself at that moment and reminded myself I didn't want to join a startup. I'd gone down that road before, and it was exhausting. It could be fun and exciting with big wins and big opportunities, but I was only available to be hired because I'd quit a startup after burning out. When I'd gotten Seb's email, I decided not to get carried away. The app sounded cool, but I would decline an offer and wish them the best of luck. "I'll introduce you to Anna in a minute," Seb said, "but in the meantime, check out the swag. This is our big reveal for the app, and I've been crafting all the mystery and getting people excited for months. I handle most of our branding and wanted to make a big splash. You've got to tease people a bit, whip them into a frenzy, make sure you're the talk of the conference. But when the day arrives, you've got to deliver and make sure they remember it. Hence swag. We have all sorts of stuff to hand out to people so we stay top of mind. I know a guy who got us an amazing deal and made high-quality stuff, right?" We'd entered a small dressing room, which felt especially cramped as there were boxes upon boxes of AutoClarity branded merchandise. I spotted posters and pamphlets, sunglasses and shot glasses, umbrellas, tote bags, pins, pens, plastic paperweights, and a bin of battery chargers with a sign saying each came fully charged. Every item had an AutoClarity logo emblazoned on the side. "Check out the sunglasses," Seb said. "They are insane. They look name brand, right? They're built in the same factory as the real ones. Same parts, materials, everything. But they put our logo on there, and they were way less expensive. And it's going to be sunny the next few days, so everybody is going to be walking around advertising AutoClarity." He handed me a pair and they felt flimsy. They're really lightweight, I said. I guess that's good. That's the latest style, he said. Not sure if they're even out in the US yet. He put the sunglasses back in the box and pulled something out of another. Here, take a coaster. Oh, there were coasters too. That's a cool thing to hang on to, he said. It's going to be a collector's item. Limited edition. I asked, why would it be limited edition? But the bathroom door opened and Anna came out, so he didn't have a chance to answer before we turned to her. Sebastian, she said, I'm still not sure about the theatrics. All the mystery seems like a bit much. She paused when she noticed me standing next to Seb. I felt like a kid tagging along with his big brother and smiled awkwardly. I sat down the coaster and said, hi, while shaking her hand. This is Chris Heldon, Seb said. He comes very highly recommended by a buddy of mine. Total user experience pro. Heldon, Anna said thoughtfully. You wrote an article for Journalist Search a few months back. Something about how search engines change the results based on user signals? Yeah, I said. What did you think? It was interesting, she said. You were wrong, but you had an interesting idea. Oh, thanks, I said, though I wasn't sure if she was complimenting me. Seb stepped in and said, I love this. Bringing like-minded, smart people together. Love it. We need more of this as we grow. We need more people thinking of the potential applications for your tech. Sebastian, not right now. I'd be happy to do an interview and think about hiring a UX specialist later. But right now, we need to get this presentation right. Can I help, I asked. I just heard about autoclarity for the first time a few minutes ago, so you can practice on me to see if I understand. All right, she said. The challenge is there are so many ways to use my autoclarity. It could help with politics, education, marketing, all sorts of things. But we need to get people to use it first. We need user data fed into the system so it can learn from the interactions. The more people use it, the better it gets. Over time, it'll be far more nuanced than simplifying personal language communication. It may find ways to adapt to ever-changing moods at the individual level. We also need money, Seb said, to grow. We need investors to pay for servers and staff increases. Therefore, we need to showcase the commercial applications too. If we get the user base we need, Anna said, investors will be beating down our door. I love the optimism, and I'm with you, Seb said, but if we don't get a big enough user base soon, we'll run out of money before getting investors and flounder. So what if we build a little mystery and hand out swag? We're pulling as many levers as we can to succeed. I don't want to look back and wish we'd done more. Anna pressed her lips together and nodded a little. I assumed they'd had this conversation a few times already and weren't getting anywhere with it. Why'd you build the app? I asked. The question caught them off guard. Seb's head tilted a little and I understood the implied request for clarification. I mean, what was the first impulse? You've worked for some of the biggest tech companies in the world. They have the resources and would probably give you free rein to build whatever you want. So why your own app and company? I misspeak, she said. Or I miscommunicate, especially in emails. I'm very detailed. I have to be. You can't just fill in gaps with artificial intelligence and natural language processing. You need to be specific, but that can be a problem. Every boss I've ever had told me I needed to shorten my emails, not put in so many bullet points or details because it confuses rather than clarifies. It hinders implementation and holds me back, they say. I got caught up in trying to improve my emails, second-guessing everything, and I wanted to create a solution. I wanted to be clear and everyone else to be clear, because the other thing every manager told me was that communication issues are the most common issues brought up in performance reviews. She continued, we have developed so much technology to analyze and understand people, and all we use it for is advertising and improving website design to boost conversion rates. I wanted to make sure there was a legitimate utility to my app, something that actually improves people's lives, something additive. We build things, people do, I do. I like to make things work. Whatever I'm working on, I like to make it work. And I've been doing that for other people for years. I've been doing it for their agendas and their careers and their stock prices. I wanted better goals. Like our own stock price, Seb joked. I'm kidding. Like helping people communicate, she said. I think I can lessen confusion between people. I can help them be clearer and get their message across. Fewer misunderstandings won't save the world, but it's something. I looked at some of the merchandise and a poster on the wall that teased the unveiling of the Expo's most mysterious new app. No more mystery, I said. Look, if this works like you're promising, it's incredible. It might be mostly little things, but it could be a ton of little things, I thought aloud. So the mystery leading up to today was to make the point that auto-clarity is all about transparency and honesty. That way, even if someone leaves confused about how the app works, at least they'll know we're trying to help people understand one another. We? Seb asked. I suppose I'm sold, I said, and looked at Anna. I'd like to help you build this, if you'll have me. No more mystery, Anna said and smiled. We'd love to have you join the team. Seb clapped his hands and bounced with such enthusiasm he nearly stuck his head through a ceiling tile. Fantastic, he said. No more mystery with auto-clarity. I like the ring of that. We'll live it, Anna said and turned to Seb. That'll be part of the company's story. We're honest and open. You'll be honest with me, won't you? Always, he said as he led her out the door for another practice run of their presentation. I was still holding the tablet with auto-clarity, transcribing and analyzing Seb as he spoke. Instead of always, it suggested usually.